Hello YouTubers, today is Saturday, finally, the big day that I actually saw the Batman, the newest Batman. And technically, after this video, you will understand why I consider this Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman, the Batman. If you guys saw my McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Robert Pattinson and his Catwoman figures, I posted out early on today, getting prepared to prepare you guys for this video. Anyway, yeah. Here's my ticket. I went to the Richland one, Queensgate. Basically at 12:40 earlier on, which I'm glad I went to the 12:40 because I think it was the bigger screen, but after I got out of the 12:41, there was a line of freaking people like that just slammed the Queensgate Richland movie theater like there was no tomorrow. I'm like, holy shit. I was lucky enough to get a refilled bucket of popcorn. That's how packed it was. I picked row B, seat 8, which was the second row, but obviously, because I wanted to be as close to the screen as possible. Yeah, in the very back you could feel the vibration, but if you're like in the middle between the top and bottom seats, you can barely feel the vibration. But so I choose the second row so I could first feel the vibration, and shit, it was the movie. Oh my god, I can see why everybody loves this Batman. And also, the day that I said in the last video when I did the review for the figures, when I found the figures that day when I went to Walmart, I also found this to wear to the movie. So yeah, if you're watching this video and see me wearing this shirt, obviously I went to sell them. But anyway, the movie was great. Oh my god, I loved it. I seriously love it. It is worth the buy. I will say that. Basically, my list of favorite Batman goes like this. Robert Pattinson is my first all-time favorite. It was Michael Keaton, but now it's Robert Pattinson. And like I said, throughout this video, you will know why. Michael Keaton is my second. What's his name? Christian Bale is my third. Adam West, if I said that right, Adam West. He's my fourth. Then the other two with after Michael Keaton Batman movies. Yeah, those two Batman actors are last of my favorite Batman list. Catwoman favorite list. This part is hard. It really is, because these three actresses are so good with the Catwoman character. It's between all three of my favorite Catwoman. But because when I saw Michelle Pfeiffer oh my god, she was my first favorite Catwoman. Then I saw Kitty from Gotham, the actress Cameron. That was also, that, when she came onto the screen, that was hard. She became my favorite Catwoman, which I was shocked in 2014, not trying to be mean here, but after The Dark Knight Rises Catwoman, I was very picky at that point, because, not trying to be mean to that Catwoman was terrible at some point, at moments, and it was just like, no, she cannot play Catwoman. So when Gotham came along, I was being very judgy as a normal Batman fan. So, but when I saw her hit the screen, talking, acting, my gosh, she was like tied with Michelle Pfeiffer, because she even looked like a young version of Michelle Pfeiffer. Now, this newest Catwoman, does she look like Michelle Pfeiffer? No, not really, no. Does she got what it takes to be a good Catwoman? And get the Catwoman title after this Batman movie? Yes, she does. This actress from the Batman movie, she does got the right to have the Catwoman title, because her fighting, her flexibility, her attitude, her acting is the Catwoman on the side of Michelle Pfeiffer and Cameron from Gotham. So between those three, it's hard, because it's like a mix of each one. But if I have to be specific, Michelle Pfeiffer, Cameron. Actually, wait, I take that back. Like I said, it's hard. Michelle Pfeiffer, Cameron. I can't really say Cameron's last name. It's really hard for me. But even though I really love Cameron very much, I'm gonna have to go with Michelle Pfeiffer on my first, then her. And then it would have to be the newest Catwoman as my third favorite. Then it, for my fourth, since Michael Bay does not have, Ben Affleck, Ben Affleck, since he doesn't have a Catwoman, basically Adam West's Catwoman is like my fourth favorite. So, and Michael Bay in my favorite Batman list, I'll redo that Batman favorite list. Shit, I just forgot his name. Shit, I just had it. The actor that just played Batman, this newest Batman, the actor, he's the Batman in this movie actor. He's my first favorite, Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, Adam West, Ben Affleck. Then the last two Batman actors that came after Michael Keaton. And then we got the Penguin. I do gotta say, okay, if you don't know the actor looks that well, okay, yeah, then the makeup for the Penguin will stir you off. But if you look into his eyes, his forehead, and really more listen to that voice that he has, you would it would bug you, because then you will slowly realize that he sounds and kind of looks familiar. Now, if you're a really deep, huge fan, yeah, you should recognize him. But I'm not a big, huge fan of the actor, not trying to be mean. I have seen most of his movies. He is a great actor. He can be an asshole. A really good one. My first movie I actually saw him in was Ben Affleck's Daredevil as Bullseye. He was kind of terrible in that, which honestly I could, even for a comic book movie, I could not understand how his Bullseye survived the car landing crash. Anyway, that then he played in Horrible Bosses, the first movie, and then his character died in it. So when I actually found out it's the same actor from Ben Affleck's Daredevil, I'm like, hey, that's actually funny. This is not his first comic book movie, playing as a villain. So I laughed my ass off on that part. But I still recognized him. His voice, his forehead, his eyes. Even though I already knew when I was walking into the movie, I already knew it was that actor. But I spaced it out of my mind that it was him. And I wanted to try and guess the best way I could, even though I knew what he already looked like and sounded like. So I'm like, I got like that. I'm like, okay, that's his forehead, that's his eyes, that's his voice. He really didn't change it. It just, the makeup with the scars and teeth and crap. He just looks like a bald, deep scarred Scarface. The Riddler, I'm still having a hard time on that one, because I really did not have a favorite Riddler. Because after, when I saw Jim Carrey's Riddler, I was not happy with that casting. I mean, I didn't mind the casting for that Batman movie, Batman Forever. I mean, they did a good casting for Robin for our first live action. Actually, not really the first live action, but more like the second live action of Robin. They did a good casting for the I want to say the second live action of Two-Face. But for Riddler, I would have went with the original actor that they originally planned to get, but no, they had to go with Jim Carrey, which was gonna be Robin Williams. I would have went with that actor because I think he would have made a fantastic Riddler, and it would have been impossible for people to look past the Riddler in Gotham. Now, when Gotham hit screens, I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't like Jim Carrey that much, so it's gonna be easy to beat on my list. When I saw that Riddler from Gotham, I'm like, he's my first favorite. Jim Carrey, he's still like on the bottom, even though. Now, Adam West's Riddler, sadly, yeah. Even though I had a hard time watching that Riddler. Okay. Gotham's Riddler, first. Adam West's Riddler, second. Jim Carrey's Riddler, he's not even third, or fourth, or fifth. He's like all the way down. Even though it's a short list, he's still all the way down. Now, this new Batman Riddler, he's good. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. this Riddler is good. His acting kind of reminds me of Adam West's Batman, and a little bit. Okay, Adam West's Riddler. This new actor that plays Riddler in the new Batman movie. He reminds me of a little bit of his acting. His Riddler acting kind of reminds me of a between of Adam West and Jim Carrey's Riddler. And a little bit of the Gotham's Riddler. So I'm gonna have to put this Riddler, this newest Riddler. I'm still gonna put Gotham's Riddler first. I'm gonna put Adam West's Riddler second. The new Batman Riddler. Third, and Jim Carrey's Riddler fourth. I think I forgot to say Adam West's Catwoman. Michelle Pfeiffer. After Michelle Pfeiffer, Cameron from Gotham, and the newest Catwoman, it would have to be Adam West's Catwoman, and then the Dark Knight Rises Catwoman. And then when Ben Affleck gets a Catwoman, if he does, then I'll rank her as well. Joker wise, spoiler alert, this far into the review, spoiler alert, Joker does have a scene. Does he do, well, can you tell who the actor looks like? No, you cannot. Is he talking? Oh, yes. And whoever it is very good to do a Joker's voice. Which I... Actually, if it was Mark Hamill, I knew it would have been Mark Hamill. But since it wasn't, I still don't know who the actor was. Granted, they already confirmed that they would do a second Batman movie for Robert Pattinson. I'm just hoping if they do throw in the Joker into Robert Pattinson's sequel Batman movie, they would be somewhat copying The Dark Knight. Because The Dark Knight was its sequel after Batman Begins. So, me personally, I would wait to more throw in the Joker as a main villain, as a main Robert Pattinson's villain, probably like maybe the third, fourth, maybe fifth movie, if it's possible. But you get to see from a bit of the shadows, out of the shadows, the paint job. Well, not really paint job, but like more like the makeup, because for a minute, I thought it was Two-Face, because the hair was everywhere, messy and shit, like he just rolled out of bed and like didn't even bother to call me. He's like, yeah, he just starts talking to Riddler, which that's true. Which when I saw the wrinkles, I'm like, maybe Two-Face, but we didn't see Two-Face goons. We saw Joker's goons, which that is true. Those guys in the makeup was Joker's goons. henchman. Uh, so Joker is already in prison. Robert Pattinson already dealt with his Joker. So that means they'll figure out a way. Maybe not in this next Batman movie. Maybe. But maybe like in a third or fourth or fifth Robert Pattinson's Batman movie, then they would break out the Joker and say, this is our Robert Pattinson's Joker looks like. But he did once Batman saved everybody and so did the cops. Joker talked to Riddler saying, yeah, you may felt like you failed, but you really didn't. You gotta look at it this way. You won in a very certain way. In a certain type of way. You won. You actually won. You did not fail even though you feel like it. Save this victory while you can, because you will come back. You may think that you won't, but you will come back. And riddle me this. And I forgot what the riddle is, but basically the riddle was where the Riddler came back was, what the answer was, his answer was, that basically the person that Riddler was talking to was the enemy of Batman, so the person that was the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and that's what the Riddler's answer was to the Joker, and he's like, that's right, and they both started laughing, like insanely, mentally, psycho laughing. So that basically, that to me, that was a second way to left it open for a Batman film. That's what makes me feel like, okay, is Joker gonna team up with the Riddler and there's gonna be two villains in the next movie? Because to me, yeah, we just had the Riddler, we throw him back in again. I don't think fans would deeply find that great. At least not at this moment. I think if they wait and then say, oh, do you remember this? Like a TV show. Like they wait for certain episodes and then this one episode it freaking hits you. Where they bring two villains back that they give you a sneak peek of or a clip of, and they but I think of Robert Pattinson's acting is really good for Bruce Wayne and Batman. I really love his costume. His Batman costume is really fucking badass. I love how the director put into his outfit that he pulls out his batarang, and it comes back to him, and he just slaps it back into his chest. Basically, I have no negatives for this movie. Like I said, I love the story plot. The way how the director went with this Batman movie with the detective, with the whole movie being a detective story, I really love that. I really love how the director took it back to its roots, and so did Robert Pattinson. I love how he also helped the director bring Batman back to the other half of his original root. Batman fans truly loving in the first place Batman, of why he has the title of the world's greatest detective. He's not just a badass billionaire superhero that he goes out at night, wears spandex, and kick people's ass. No, that's not just Batman. That's just part of Batman. Part of him. But the other half, you gotta do the other half if you do a Batman story, and that's what Robert Pattinson and this director understood each other. And that's where they helped each other. And to me, I truly believe they perfectly hit every note of that moment, of every detective scene. And to me, it drew you in. Every detective scene of you hearing Jen Gordon and Batman trying to think. You're also thinking, trying to help them. Okay, what does this riddle mean? What does this question mean? What is it leaning down to? Okay, I take that back. I do have some negatives. Some. But I don't mind Robert Pattinson's Batman outfit. I kind of did it with Catwoman for a few moments. Then when I saw the figure and then watched a little more of what her outfit looked like, I was okay with it. To me, I saw that as a Catwoman costume. I didn't mind Penguin. Penguin's Penguin. Penguin, my favorite list of Penguin, it would have to be Gotham. First would have to be the actor from Gotham that played Penguin. Second, would have to be the actor from the new Batman movie that played Penguin. Because to me, he felt a little bit between of the guy from Gotham and the actor from Gotham and the actor from Batman Returns, Penguin. So the guy from the newest Batman movie that played Penguin, he's like my second favorite Penguin. Batman Returns Penguin, that's like my third favorite. And Adam West's Penguin, that Penguin would have to be my fourth favorite. Riddler's costume, okay, the whole tire costume, I didn't mind. Like the raincoat with the small question mark and the little symbols. That shit I did not mind, because to me, I feel like, okay, that was just a easy costume to do, because they probably ran out of money of all the designs they did for Batman's costume. So I was thinking, okay, when they bring him back, they're probably gonna change Riddler's costume into a little more comic book look with suit and everything, from away from the raincoat. But the raincoat part, I didn't mind. And I didn't mind the glasses either. To me, that helps the look of Riddler, of Riddler looking, wearing glasses. To me, that helps with the whole type character. To me, that completes the character. But the mask, okay, the mask that goes around the eyes and nose, that's fine. That's seriously fine. If they want to do that, that's fine. But a whole entire mask that hides his goddamn face, even his mouth, but his eyes? Seriously? To me, that took a part of me away from Riddler.